What's up, you guys? It's your boy Xena here, back with another video, and today I just want to show you guys some of the cool stuff I have. So the name of this video is just showing off some of my favorite possessions, my coolest things. A large part of them are weapons of different sort, replicas and things like that, but I love to collect stuff. I am a nerd. I know you guys have seen my We Love You 3000 poster that they released, limited edition from the Stan Lee tributed Avengers Endgame. So of course I have that hanging on my wall. It's one of my favorite possessions, but I got a bunch of other cool stuff that I really wanted to show you guys. So without further ado, let's do what I do, baby. All right, so the first thing actually is a replica Red Queen from the game Devil May Cry. Look at how cool this is. It is actually made of metal. It's not plastic. You can tell by the light gleaming off. It is kind of heavy, but it's really cool. The only thing I wish it, like, you know, I don't know, pumped like a real motorcycle handle. But for those of you who've seen Devil May Cry, you know that this is the real deal. All right, so my next thing. All right, so from Xena, I have the chakram. It is the yin and yang chakram from the show Xena. This one is not real though. It is just a composite that was made for a cosplay that I did a couple years ago. So this is probably one of my favorite things because it was custom made. And then I have, I found this at a convention. It's just a replica of the Xena sword. Now it's not right 100% to detail because Xena's sword had 3 blue jewels in it, but you know, everything is pretty good from the handle to the shape of the blade and everything. So this is one of my favorite pieces in my collection. So one of the best gifts I've ever gotten actually was from my best friend. For those of you who have seen Smallville, if you don't know who Smallville is, I'm sorry. Smallville was the TV show that was based after Superman. And so for a long time, he wore this leather vest with the Superman logo into it. So this means a lot to me for various reasons. It was one of like the first gifts my best friend got me, so I, you know, will never forget it. Actually, when I met one of the characters who had played in the show, I wore this and I used this as a cosplay. And I actually based my prom outfit off of this kind of thing. I had like a vest, and then I had a Superman logo put in it, but it was my initials, and I ended up actually winning best dressed guy for my senior prom. So this means a lot to me, but this is probably one of the coolest things that I have. Look at that. Amazing. All right, so this knife is from Gil Hibben. Gil Hibben is one of the most famous knife creators in the world. He created knives for Star Trek, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I got one of his knives from his numbered collection. It is called the Hibben Double Shadow. This thing is absolutely beautiful. It's just, I don't know, something about seeing a nice, I have to be careful how I hold it because he is sharp, but this thing is absolutely beautiful. Do you see this? Oh, this is definitely one of my favorite things. The craftsmanship is insane. So this is actually, it looks like a piece of wood, but actually I got it from Home Depot and I wanted to make it into a stake because it is signed by Elijah Dushku and James of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So this is Faith and Spike, and I'm gonna try to find the picture that I have with them. It was the year that I cosplayed Arrow. I had a really great year, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my all-time favorite show, so it meant the world to me that I got to get a picture with them and have them sign my makeshift stake. So even though it's not pointy, I call this Mr. Pointy because one day it will be sharpened. So I just haven't sharpened it yet because I feel like I would feel the urge to, you know, stab it through someone's heart like a vampire slayer, even though I'm not, because I'm childless and I do those things. All right, so this is kind of beat up, but this is one of my favorite things. This actually is from Coachella. And wow, that got really dark. Sorry, excuse the lighting, guys, if it gets really dark. I got some new lights here, so I'm just trying to fool with it. But this is actually from Coachella. This is what they send you when you order your tickets. But the reason this means a lot to me is because this was from Beachella. This is from the year that Beyonce headlined Coachella, and I will never forget it. It was my first Coachella, so that was definitely a bucket list item. But the fact that I got to see Beyonce at Coachella headlining as the first Black woman to ever do it, fantastic. So I will keep this. I will keep these mementos forever. Just because it meant so much to be able to kind of see her live and to be there, you know, pretty much almost front and center. right on the runway to kind of see her do that. So I will love this forever. This is just a little trinket that I found at a convention. Is the Eye of Agamotto. For my Marvel fans, this is where Doctor Strange held his Infinity Stone, the Time Stone. So I got it because it's really cool and it glows in the dark. I can't show you for the purposes of this video, but it does glow in the dark. So this is one of my favorite things that I keep on my mantle in my living room. If I hadn't been any God of War fans, these babies are amazing. So these are the Blades of Chaos. So if you play God of War, you know that these are Kratos' weapons, but these are seriously the coolest replicas I have ever seen. I have never seen any replicas like this. In the game, I'll post a picture up there. In the game, they're like chained to his hands. So they have chains on them. But these are like my absolute favorite. There's a display case. I haven't put them up yet. I'm going to go through and polish and clean all the blades and then hang them up. But these are some of my favorite collectible items. So this one, this one is one of my favorites because I am worthy. So this is, everybody should know what this is. This is Mjolnir. This is Thor's hammer, and it is as heavy as it looks. This thing is heavy as it's heavy. It's one of my favorites because I was looking for this for years. I got this years before they did the Infinity War movie, so I didn't know that he was gonna mess around and get the Storm Killer. But I am still so glad I got this. It even has the engraving. Whosoever wields this hammer shall have the power of Thor. So this is one of my absolute favorite things. This goes on my mantle too. But I gotta put this down because it's like I ain't been to the gym in a minute and it's, you know, working me out. A collector. I've never opened it. It looks kind of old because it is old. This is a Xena collectible action figure from the 90s. If you can tell, it looks old because it is old, so I love it. And then my On the Run 2 tour book. So this was my favorite Beyonce tour just because I got to take my mother and my grandmother, and I got them VIP. I got to go with my best friends. We just had a good time. So these are tour books that you could only get on the On the Run 2 tour. So I keep this in my closet. It's just so beautiful. Yeah, so this is definitely one of my favorite things. All right, so now for my favorite thing. So this is a Book of Shadows from the TV show Charmed. So I got this a few years ago because I went to a convention where Holly Marie Combs, aka Piper, was at, and it has literally all the spells from the show in it. So like if you open it and go through it, it has just like a bunch of different spells that the girls had. It's got information on the demons. It's like a true live replica of, you know, the Book of Shadows in the Charm series. And I think one of these days I'm going to go through and actually make sure everything that they looked up in the book was in here. But my favorite thing is that Piper herself, Holly Marie Combs, signed this, and she said, "To Antonio, blessed be." And that just, if you watch Charm, you know that that is like the saying. So I really, really, really love this Book of Shadows. This is like my favorite thing. I'm gonna cry. This is top notch. And you can't really get one of these anymore. So the person that I got this from, the people that used to make them, you can't get them anymore. So this is really, really special to me. So this actually sits on my mantle too, right in the middle, front and center. I won't lie though, sometimes when I'm watching Charmed and they're scrolling through the Book of Shadows, I scroll through to see if I can find a spell or the demon that they're referencing before they can. Because I'm an honorary charm one. I mean, we all know this, but yeah, so this is my favorite possession. All right, guys, so that is some of my favorite stuff. I just felt like, hey, why not share? I got a lot of cool things, and I just wanted to, you know, post about them. So do you guys keep mementos? If you do, let me know down in the comments some of the cool things that you guys have that you cherish and that you love. Like always, this is Xander. Make sure you like, make sure you click that subscribe button, and then make sure you hit that notification bell so that you guys know when I post new content. Before you leave this channel, click on one of these other videos and get your life. Okay? Thank you. Bye.